Killer Prince. How's it going? Hey. Um, it's not inspired by the 2020. It's just my personal 2020 or Mark II build. I just want to have a complete CAD model of it, with all the parts that it actually has. And I also need to make some brackets for some of the new parts. So instead of working on my existing 2020 file, which is quite full of mods and adaptions and all that stuff, I'm just creating one from scratch specifically for my personal build. So it'll mostly be assembly, and then if I ever get the assembly done to the point where how the printer looks right now, then I'll work on maybe start designing some mounts for the new power supply and the new board, stuff like that. Hidden joints. Yeah, it's all blind joints on this frame. It's a really simple little frame, so Um, Blind joints are only it's quite simple. So go in DH on shape. Yeah. Um, I like on shape. It's convenient. Probably the easiest way to say it. Print all my parts. Yes, I print everything myself. I do have 5 rooks, and in various states. Right now, 3 of them are working. So, um, yeah, I print everything myself. Let's get the feet. Um, for the rooks, about so most of it is self-source. I do have a Fabrico kit that I've since redone to a 2020, and then I have the LDO kit as well. The Fly Micro 4. I love the Micro 4. It's a solid tiny board. It does everything that a SKR Mini or a Pico does, but it's smaller. So for small builds, it's perfect. And it also has a CAN board or CAN port, which none of the other small boards do. I think Feistech have a small one that's basically a Micro 4, but yeah, I like the Micro. Um, I'm currently building a printer with the Micro in it. Preference on kits. Um, I mean, the LDO kit is right now. The LDO kit is the only one. Um, I'll be honest. My LDO Rook is my best printer, quality wise. It's by far my best printer. It's simple to build. It's easy to set up. So if it's your first DIY printer, the Rook LDO Rook kit is it's probably one of the best kits you can get because it's a super simple get you started into both building DIY printers and into Clipper as well. I haven't built an Ender NG yet. I want to, but I don't have an Ender spare, so the Ender NG might be a bigger project for a first DIY, but it's still, I know the documentation for it is really good, so it's a good option. Yes, if you have an old Ender 3 that you're not using, then NG, yes, it's a good project. If you only have an Ender 3 and no other printers, then maybe consider not doing that. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I want that one to go there. Yes, that's what I want. Oh, and going DH, I do have to preface that I am part of the LDO team that developed the LDO kit, so I might have a preference for that. But the NG is still a good project, but I would not do it if that's the only printer that you have. It's sort of a project that you do if you have a spare Ender frame, then yeah, it's a really cool project. Yeah, get a spare parts Ender DG for the NG projects. Um, I I never recommend destroying a functioning printer to build a custom printer. Just never. The Rook, the recommendation for a stock Rook build is PLA, simply because it's easy to print, and it's one of the stiffer filaments there is. So yeah, PLA. My LDO Rook kit that I've traveled to the UK with on a plane. It's all PLA. There's nothing other than PLA. The Rook specifically is designed to be printed in PLA. Everything. For the enders, I usually troll Facebook Marketplace, sometimes around 50 US for parts are based. That's a really good deal. Yeah, I wish I could do that. If I could do that, I would have an NG a long time ago. Um, Sadly, where I live, getting a used Ender 3 is pretty much the same price as a new one because people modify them and think that the value goes up when in reality it goes down. So yeah, the only local Ender 3s that I can find are more expensive than a stock Ender 3 V3 actually, and the Ender 3 V2 is still more expensive. So yeah, it's silly. New Rook 2020. No, it's so this is my existing the Speed Benchy Rook, the one that I posted a sub 4 minute Benchy on. I just want a nice and clean CAD file for it. So with all the parts that's actually on it. Um, Up until now, I've been using my main Rook 2020 file, which is this one, and there's a lot of extra parts and everything that I've ever modified on a 2020 is in this file. Um, so I just want a nice clean file that is, yeah, just easier for me to work on this specific printer. Heavily modified, yes. Um, so there's just about nothing left on this that's stock Ender 3. I think the Z axis is the only thing that's still stock, and the feet. Everything else is modified. The gantry is CNC'd. The motor mounts are my double share mod. The yeah, it's let's get all the gantry parts in. I probably won't do all the screws this time, just because I built this printer, so I know where all the screws go, so I don't need them. That guy makes hello. I don't think I'll do all the belts and all the bolts and all the bearings. They're not needed for this. So bought a book on engineering drawing. Yeah, that will help actually. It will help you get your thoughts down into a format that most people can understand. Learning to do multi um, yeah, drawings for different angles to get your point across. It's a helpful tool, so definitely a good thing. Only remotely useful book in the government bookstore, and that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, this is the one that I don't like. Okay, I'm just going to modify this really quickly. Yeah, books on Fusion is you can get them on Amazon and stuff. Um, there's a lot of videos, tutorials on using AutoCAD. Like, I know I like to make stuff. The YouTube channel, they have their own full course on Fusion. I'm just getting rid of this little super annoying groove that's on this particular CAD model. I'm not sure why it's there because it's not there in any of the the rails that I've ever seen. But flip, add, merge, done. And then I'll do the same over here. There we go. Now the only reason that I did that is so that if I go to my assembly, I can now use this edge to line up my part. So I'll be able to just press that one, and then I'll press that one, and it's already right where I need it to be. And then I can do the same with this guy. Okay, next comes one that I don't like that much. There's not really a good way to get this on. Let's just do that, and then put it on to there. Because, yeah, that's close enough for me. And then just do a offset. I mean, should I just make this actually slide? Yeah, I'll make it actually slide. I think I need to do a planar. Um, yeah, let's see. Let's flip that. Oh heck, it's the entire, yeah, the entire thing is yucky. Let's go in and fix that. Let's see if it happens. I don't like overcomplicated parts like this guy. I'll wait. I'm just gonna wait with that, see if I can find a simplified one. I think I have a super simplified version of that on one of my other assemblies. So I'm not even going to bother putting in the motors, or should I? Sup, nerd? Yo, nerd. How's it going? Yeah, I'm gonna just not use that. Not this one, but something like it, yes. I forgot that I need to lower this guy. Oh, 400, no, 40. 50. Yes. I don't need a fully working CAD model. I just need a reference for me to build off of. Oops. I mean, could I just sit down and add every single bolt and nut to this thing? Yes. Do I want to? Yes. Is it useful? No. And these motors aren't even relevant to what I'm doing, so. Learning videos are much better. Well, that depends. For me, I learn by doing. So I mostly learn on by just figuring stuff out. Um, I don't really, I don't really like to read about stuff. I just don't. It doesn't go into my head well. But yeah, some people learn by watching videos. Some people learn by reading. Some people learn by using their hands. It all depends on what you're doing as well. Okay, let's add the z-axis. And again, I don't think I'm going to use all of these components. I might even get fully rid of that thing. I'll have to see. But yes, let's see. Let's just start with something that I know where it's going and then work our way around, I guess. Oh yeah, these ones are not fun to line up. Not even close. But when I get it, I get it. So let's use that hole. No, I can't use that hole either. No, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, you've been working on that ventriloquist thing for a while, haven't you? Let's see if I can find the right direction and then just start getting it lined up. That I think is as close as I can get it. Heck. So the only thing that I actually need from here is this big wheel, because it's that's wrong. Because that is something that I need for clearance, because I'm probably going to put a power supply right here, so I wanted to clear that. And then what else do I need? I need my rods. Okay. And that's close enough. There we go. It's okay. Let's actually do a slider mate. That one on there. Then attach everything else to that. No, that guy. Okay. Oh, come on. Let's add a little bit of offset to that. It's probably more like 5, right? And I can always go back and add stuff later. Do I need the belts right now? No, because I'm going to do something with that. And all of you, just bye bye. So now I have my little thing here. Let's be fancy. Let's change that to that instead. And then set a limit to -100 and +100. How does that look? So yeah, looks about right. Squaring tool for the extrusion frames. There are printable ones. The issue is if you don't have a perfectly square gantry on your existing printer, they will be skewed. So yeah, it's possible. Yeah, you can print a panel. You can get yeah, just about anything that has a straight angle in it. Easy. If you have a builder square, one of the big ones, they're really easy to get everything nice and square. But as long as your cuts are 100% square, then shouldn't have an issue. Okay, So what more do I need right now? Let's put the feet on. Oh yeah, that's an issue with this guy. But I can cheat. I can cheat. Let's do an offset here. Will this work? I just want it to be centered, so yeah, that works. And then I can do that in the opposite direction. Yeah, that works. Look at that. Okay, so you know what? I can actually, if I do this, because these are already lined up, right? They're 195.226 apart. So if I move this guy, and then set an offset of minus 192.65. Is that correct? And then do another fastened mate. Get the bottom of that mated to that. And then offset that by minus 17. And that's close. So if I set that and that, the parallel distance is 2.35201. And then I can go back one fastened mate. And then I can do does this work? Yep. Okay, that's pretty much spot on. So yeah, now I have that one set up. I need to do the same with the front. So let me just quickly attach the feet, because that is something that I know. And then offset by 17, negative 17. Let's do the same here. That guy to that guy. That's minus 17. Okay, so now I have two feet, and I want to put them on to the front here. So let's do from that guy to that guy. Nope. Let's offset that by 200. Distance bin then that, and that is that. Let's minus that number. Hello. Hello. I'm good. Just letting you know that I'm streaming and you are on the stream. I'm just assembling my Rook 2020. Yes. Yeah. I've been supposed to do something on in my workshop, and then one of my prints failed, and I just didn't feel like staying in the workshop, so I went back home, and yeah, now I'm just doing this instead. Okay, let's get this guy in. No, no, staying at home, doing as little as possible, practically. Nice. Yeah. The LDO kit has been out for I don't know, 3-4 months. No, it's more than that. It's like 6 months. I think I have 5 rooks total. The community we're up to 260 something, 260. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there is a mod to do a triple Z 180 bed that gives you a 170 by 180 printable area. Yeah, the a dual Z, as long as you can mesh the bed, then that's perfectly fine. The only advantage with triple Z would be that as long as everything is put together straight, then you just need to do Z tilt, and then everything is level. But that also assumes that you have a level bed. Yeah, 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 yeah. My underwire is super reliable. It's not my main ABS printer. It just works. I don't have to do anything with it. It's just there. Okay, what more do I need to do here? Yep. Yeah, you would. And I don't think the Fabrico beds are from India. Just after working with them, um, yeah. But you could also just ask Fabrico in a DM or something like, "Hey, we're yeah, ah, yeah, makes sense." Yeah, yeah, that works. I know that's been done on a lot of printers. Just replace everything with flat stock and spacers. Yeah, um, I have plans to do that on a build at some point. The Pegasus printer that I'm currently working on slowly. Most of the critical stuff will be made in such a way that you can do that quite simply. It's all it's supposed to be printed, but just flat stock is an option. No, I still need to do more work on it. The printer is it can be a working printer if I just print everything right now. Yes, but I want it to be more polished. So we have beta models that work that have been built. So uh, no, uh, The easiest, if you look in the Pegasus channel, I posted some pictures not too long ago. The gantry is designed to be printed, but to convert it to plates, in theory, you just need some to splice the parts in specific places, and then you can do flat stock. In theory, and it might be slightly more advanced, but shouldn't. Yeah, flying gantry, quad C. It's a simplified 2.4. It's the easiest way to explain it. But yeah, it's simplified 2.4. So anything tool head wise that works on a 2.4 should work on this. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I think I fixed that. Okay, let's see. Insert PSU mount. Actually, let's do that. That works. Next would be the new, let's see. Hello, CHL. Let's see if I can fix this thing. I need LRS 200. This is quite good. Of course. Okay. So which part do I actually need? That one, that one. Do I actually need anything else? No. Let's just put these together. this one piece here. Let's rename that to SU. Yep, that's good enough. Okay. See if I can get this thing somewhere. I probably just want to put this on the back, and then I could put the pie and the board in the bottom. Doesn't really matter because I'm gonna make just panels to attach them, so it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Let's see. Rotate about X. No. Y. Yes. Oops. I need to see if I can just make a simplified motor and that I can quickly change the size of. Let's just do that. I'll grab one of these guys. Let's see. You, and you. Can you Boolean? That is the question, right? Yes, you can. So now that is one motor right there. That is a 40mm motor. But how about I do that? Move this guy down by 8. And then I just extend that up to face. Yep, that's the simplest way I can make a 48 motor that I can quickly move around. So let's make sure we actually name that something. So name 1748 millimeter. Let's insert. Let's insert 2 of those. Okay. Now that gives me a perspective of how much space I have to work with. And now let's find something else. Okay. Let's get this guy in. Okay. Now I can insert this adapter. that looks okay. So what is the distance between that guy, 104. It should work. Should work. What? No. Go to that one. Let's see. Yep. Okay, before I do anything else, I quickly have to go to the little boy's room. So and I'm back. All right. So now I need to make a mount for this guy. And I'm still not 100% sure that it should be here. The thought was to just keep the power supplies together, but would I rather put the big power supply on the bottom and then just have easier access to all my electronics, because this is a printer that I need relatively easy access to all my electronics. I think I'm going to put it on the bottom instead. And I should be able to do that by just doing that. And then that instead. Yes. So now I can edit that by doing like 80. No, not 8. 80. 100. 100. Alright. So now I can use my handy dandy holes right there to make something that snaps onto there. Yep. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll go into my sketch here, then just add a hole. That needs to be 3 points. 8. And then dimension that to that. And do 4. That to. See. That to that. And do 4 as well. Here we go. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I can probably modify this to be variable. There we go. So now I can work on that, making it fit in with that hole, which is going to be fun, right? So now I can is there a context? Alright. Have it in context. That's better. I need to make something work here. Let's do 15 there, which means I need to extend that face. Let's do it blind, then 5. Yes. This is truly less than ideal, but constrained for space, so I think that has to be. Hello, PCDZ. That's a nice little print. Let's just start making it as strong as I can. But just adding more bulk. This is just a fun shape. I'm not sure why I need to do this, but I'm doing it. add some clearance. It's 2.5. I mean, that's only going to be a 6.5 hole. Then do that. Swap it. Then do a starting offset of 4 millimeters. That thing annoys me. Let's change this a little bit. Hey, that works. See if we can pretty this thing up a little bit. I'm way into the details by this point, so now the question is, does that cut everything? Yes, it does. Let's just do that and lob it off. Symmetric. Nice and pretty. Yep. It's not even close to being an optimal part, but um, next little issue that I just realized is how do I actually screw in that screw? Oh my god. Actually, with all of this stuff, like, yeah, I can go back to like there. There. Let's see. Yeah, you go away. Because that I can probably make do. Oops. Now, what if I do that and then go up, then do that? Because that one and that one. Let's just find that point again. Make a circle. Do that. Yes. Oh, wrong point. Yep, that cleans it up. Now let's go to 7. Doesn't need to be there. I'm just gonna go ahead and add you back. Alright, like that. To face. Let's you know what? I'll do that. It's not gonna be ideal to print it like that, but it's actually going to somewhat work. Yeah. That'll give me some space to just slot a screw in and screw it into the power supply. So that is done. And that one should just work. No, it doesn't, because I did all of that without checking that this thing is in the middle between those two. This is gonna be so fun. I mean, should I just do it the simple way and just add a big printed panel instead? I think everything that I just did was wasted. Yeah, everything that I just did was wasted. I'll do I'll just do a printed panel between the two sides. Or do I just do a big printed panel on the entire bottom? And then add the power supply to that. No, I want the power supply to be on the frame directly. Okay, let's work on something that I know I'll do, which is I want to move that guy down so that the distance between there and there is about a lot more. So now the distance between that and that is 44. The distance between that and that is 92. Don't need that much. So 92. Let's do 40. Now the distance between that and that is 72, which is more than I need. So now I can make a big panel. Let's see. Two 40 wide. But how tall? Well, it doesn't matter. let's okay. Alrighty then. That's a nice and simple backpack. Hey Kazanma, how's it going? Let's add a little bit of wiggle room right here. 12. Okay, so back here I need to put two things, but they're both the same. Because I put a Funcer CNC carriage mount for my Rook 220 Mark II. Yeah, I have that on this specific build, and it's just incredible. I'm not worried about my stuff flying off at all. It's nice and strong, so let's add like a tiny bit of boop, boop. Yes. Yeah, it's a highly recommended part if you're building a like a solid machine that you might want to go fast on. Then yeah, with the higher belt tension, it's absolutely a good thing. Okay, let's Let's edit this. It's technically upside down. I don't really care. But let's go and find what I need. And what I need is the pi dimension. Here we go. Mechanical drawings and dimensions. Trying to reduce the toolhead slop and hit hierarchy. Yeah, like the Rook 2020 was never meant to do super high speed printing. It's just meant to be a solid little printer that you can rely on. But that being said, I can do like 1,000 millimeters a second at 200,000 acceleration. So it's not impossible to go fast. It's just not. It doesn't really make any sense, right? Yeah. So every Raspberry Pi is the same size from this point on. Okay, I'll put that on my side screen. And I'll zoom in slightly. Let's open that up. Yeah. So what I need to do right now is I need to add basically 2 sets of Raspberry Pi mounts to this. So that'll be a fun sketch, right? And I'll make it simple for myself and just make a center line so I can put in one and then just mirror it completely. So I want a construction line to go offset from that. Maybe like 30 millimeter. I can change that later if I want. And then I want this to be the actual height of a Raspberry Pi, which is 56. No, 85. And then I want these to be midpoints. Let's see. I want this to be midpoint from there to there. And let's make that horizontal so that I have a space. Let's make that one and that one parallel, then make it horizontal. And that one is already vertical. The size of a pi is, let's open that up again. 56. All right. Let's add a rectangle in here with some holes in it. No, these are the important ones. So that needs to be 4.6. Actually, I should probably do M2.5 here. So that's 3.6. Okay, so I know that the center of this hole right here is 3.5 in from there. And then the center of that one is the same, 3.5. And the same here, so that's 3.5. And then center to center right there is 58. So that's the holes for a Raspberry Pi. All right. So now I can easily move this around. I don't need to, I think. Yes, so this is what I'm doing right now is that I'm making a CAD file specifically for that printer because it's such a specific build, and all of the modifications that I've done is in one file. So that's every single Rook 2020 thing that I've ever done is in one file, and it's getting kind of laggy. And because this particular printer, this my existing Rook 2020 Mark II, is going to be all custom, that probably will never be shared. Um, I'm just going to, what I'm doing is just creating a new file specifically for that, so I can use the actual motors as reference. Because I'm doing some crazy stuff to this over the New Year's now. Yeah, so I'm making a completely new CAD file specifically for the Rook, my Rook, so that I can make specific modifications to it. So what I'm doing on this build is I am putting on some bigger motors, more powerful motors. I'm doing 48 volts, which is probably apparent by the fact that I have two power supplies. And then I have two boards and a Pi going in. So one board just for the 48 volts, and then one for the Z-axis and the extruder. And then I'm doing a really high flow hot end and some really powerful fans to do cooling. And I'm not doing tool head cooling. I'm just doing what we would probably refer to as curtain cooling, which is cooling from just the sides of the bed straight in. So, yeah, I want to. The thing that I'm doing on the back here is just making room for two Pis, basically. One Raspberry Pi or a Big Tree Tech Pi, and then one SKR Pico that's going on the back here. So what I will do is I will make, let's see, I can probably go back and wait with those. Because I don't expect anyone to do the dumb things that I do to this printer. Let's face it, you probably shouldn't do this to your printer. My this specific rook is just for me to have fun with doing experiments on it. So, and if I can break that 2 minutes benchy kind of time, that would be fun. Because you should never build something like this if you don't have the extra means to do it, because it's a pretty hectic thing. And because of my sponsors, I am able to do that. All right, so now if I do that and that, all of those guys should pop out. Let's just do 3. This will be Bowden. I want to have the tool head as light as possible, so I'm just putting on a BMG in the back with a big motor to just do Bowden. It's such a small printer that Bowden shouldn't make a difference. And where this is, what this is going to do, it makes absolutely no difference. So I want to have it lightweight. Right there. So now I have space for heat inserts. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go back here and then add 2 holes so I can have sort of I can make my own spot for some cable management up the middle here. Okay. So these 2 heat sets are there, so I can put in basically just a bar across. I'll probably just make that out of something in the workshop. Just grab some leftover stuff or something and just put it in. I just need something to attach zip ties to, basically, so I can get all the wires in. So this is specifically for a Feistek PITB board. That'll give me 5160 drivers and 48 volts for these 2 motors. And then I'll have a Pi and a SKR Pico to do clipper, and also, of course, the Z motor and the Bowden extruder. So I have a BMG right now. I might do another extruder. I just need permission from the creator to use it. I'll see. This is definitely a good place to test the extruders. That it is. That Mammoth, hello. Alright. So this is starting to look like something, at least. And I'm just thinking the simplest way to attach this guy because that's what I need right now. I just need the simplest way to attach him. I mean, something that would be nice if these holes were threaded, but I think that's what holds the PCB on the inside. I can check that. There's 200. Oh no, they're not, or are they? Like they're scarily. Can I find a actual picture of an LRS 200? Does someone have like a? They should be threaded. Okay. Because if those bottom ones are threaded, I'll just make a panel for the bottom. Or just a simplified mount for the bottom. I'll just have to look in the websites. I don't have mine here, it's at the workshop, so that's annoying. Come on, you don't have more info? I mean, AliExpress always have a lot of pictures, right? You have the data sheets? That would be awesome. If you can check if they're threaded, and what thread it is. M4 3mm deep. Oh, right. Yeah, that is very, very useful. Yeah, because this. Oh, I found it as well. Yeah, it's a Meanwhile LRS 200, a genuine one. So, yep, M4 3mm. That is great because then I can just use those and make a super simple little adapter for this. So what I'll do is I will find that thing again. It shouldn't be too bad. That one, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just offset that down by a slight amount. So let's do like 5. So I'll send that 5mm down, and then I can make like the simplest little adapter for this. Create Part Studio. And the basic thing will look like 200, no, 20. What's the size of it? 115, so let's just do 115. And then I'll add just the 2 holes in here. And just a thing around it, basically. Yeah, that's oh, nice. So what I need now is just a rough model that I can put in to my assembly, and then I'll go back and work on it. So I have my rough model. I'll go into my assembly. Let's be nice to ourselves here. Let's rename this to LRS 200 mount. just calling it 1 because I know I'm gonna need 2 because these holes don't look. I mean, are they? I hate this. Just add that second one. Okay, well, so let's insert you here. Then let's do that. No, let's not do that. Let's do that to there, and then offset it just slightly. I think it's 1.5. Yep. Okay. I'll have to go back and forth a couple of times to make this perfect, but let's see. Contexts. Let's see. I'll go into my sketch here. What I'll do is I'll make a center line from there to there, and then I'll make sure that it is horizontal. And then I'll make that one 80. I'll make sure that that one is vertical. And then I'll make that one like 50. Way smaller. 40. 30. Yeah, that's good. And then, so the issue right now is that I need to line up the mean well with the bracket because the bracket is right where it needs to be. Well, I have the drawing, so let's just use that, right? So there's 50 millimeters between those two. So let's do dimension from there to there. That's 25. From there to there, that's also 25. And then from, let's find that number right there. So from there, from that edge and in, it's 32.5. So let's move these two guys in and make them vertical to each other. And then do, let's find that edge. That's the edge that I need. And then it's 32.5 from there to there. So 32.5. So they should line up. And they almost do. Yep. And that one. Let's make it 4.5. Those are the same. Okay. So now I actually have a precise mount. I can go back into my assembly. And that one is still there, but I can move that one. I'll just delete that. then I will just move that out to fastened mate on that guy to that guy, and I probably just broke one of my sketches, so I'll go back in to this guy. Yep, still fine. Actually, no, because yeah, hold on, guys. All right, so I will. Sorry, I had to not show something on camera. If I now go and update that context, I probably broke the sketch, so I'll go back in and fix that. And everything seems to be right, because yeah, it just updated where that actual edge is. Good. So now the question is, would that thing work on the other side? So let's insert another one. Made any progress on Pegasus? Yeah, I've been doing some back-end stuff on Pegasus. There was an issue with the scaling, where if you scaled it by an increment of 1 millimeter instead of 5, the whole thing would break essentially. So that has been fixed now, which is good. So now if you want to scale the Pegasus, you can do it in 1 millimeter increments, so you can have the exact size of frame that you want down to the millimeter. Actually, you can do 3 decimals as well. So yeah, that's good. Sponsored by Pullmaker. Yeah, I have been sponsored by them for a while. It's not like I do filament giveaways yet, but if I have projects or videos that I need specific filaments, then I have the opportunity to ask them about that. So for this one, they're sponsoring all the ABS parts. And I'm considering doing some fiber-on stuff on this, because it's a good way to show off how to print really strong pieces on basically any printer, because a Rook can print nylon with the fiber-on stuff, so that should be fun. Let's add some holes. Yeah, their Galaxy ASA are really nice. I have my entire Pegasus build, my personal Pegasus build, will be ASA and ABS Galaxy filaments. So 4 and let's see. Yeah, that Sunlu box is interesting. I would like to test one. So let's get that midpoint onto. I would have to create a point here first. then let's get that midpoint onto there. And what is broken now? There we go. Yeah, I did see that it's not the most sparkly filament, but given that there's not many options for galaxy type filaments, that's ABS or ASA. I say that it's. I don't have a working relationship with Sunlu yet. That would be fun, but everything happens when it happens, I guess. So let's make this a slot. And let's make that 3.5. And then let's make another slot. And make it 6. West 30 Santa ASA. Yeah, I do know that the West 3D stuff is really good looking. My issue is that I can't get it. I could get it, but the shipping is like 4 times a roll of filament. So that is just not a realistic option, right? Yeah, it does make sense that it's because of nozzle clogging. I have had issue with that. I have had issue with Galaxy filament clogging 0.4 nozzles. I mostly swap to 0.6 nozzles on the stuff, the printers that do bigger stuff. So it's not a huge issue for me, but I can see that it would be an issue for people that maybe just have one printer that only has a 0.4 nozzle. So it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. It's kind of a lesser evil thing. Let's add in these guys. All right. So no, I probably did that upside down, didn't I? Yes, I did. Not that it actually matters, but I'm just gonna fix that really quickly by extruding all of that and all of that, and then using that one as a remove. Then removing 2 millimeters. Actually, let's do 2 points. No, I have to do 2. That fixed that. My go-to just pure black ABS at the moment is Polymaker's 3 kilo ABS spools. They're more expensive to buy, but just knowing that it won't run out for months and months and months. Is yeah, it's nice to just have that big spool on my. I have one printer that basically only does black ABS unless I need to do something special. Yeah, let's make that part a little more pretty. I mean, I absolutely love having that big spool because it's something that we just all use, right? Because most of the printer stuff that I do, I try to get it out of ABS if I can, unless there's a specific need for a color. Um, like for my uh, Ender wire build, most of it is just black ABS because it's nice and easy to print, and I don't really care about the color on that guy. I got one spool of blue ABS just to do some accent piece and make it look pretty. 5 kilo spools, 50% off. That's a good deal because the bigger spools are already cheaper than the normal ones. If you look at price for weight, I mean, ABS, ASA don't really need drying unless you're in a super humid environment. Yes, Nutty. I 100% agree. Polymakers should have a bigger warehouse in Europe. They have an office in Europe. They just don't have a big warehouse for us to buy directly. They have a warehouse that does all the shipping for their European vendors. €5 stacking coupon. First one. Yeah, I can see that, but it's a useful thing because you can basically print anything out of that stuff. So those are quite nice, simple prints. They shouldn't need extra bracing to stop it from vibrating. If it does, I can add another printed part up here that would basically sandwich this mount onto this. I think that is good. And I have space for my my Pi and my Pico, my pain in the B. The 24-volt power supply is going there. The next thing would be to look at cooling, but to do that correctly, actually no, I can put in. I have space to just put the fans on quite generic setup. So the plan for part cooling is two 120/32 blowers, one on each side, just with a 90-degree fitting on them, or fitting, not just an adapter to flow the air in instead of straight up. Um, I think I can just make a generic 90-degree adapter for them and just push everything straight onto the bed. And then have it height adjustable by attaching it to the side. So if I attach it here and here, then yeah, it should be nice and simple. You're not drunk, or well, I can't comment on that, but yes, this is taller than normal. This has a 300 millimeter Z extrusions instead of 200. It just gives me more height to print higher, taller stuff. Might be both, yeah. It can be both. It's just something that I did when I built my second 2020 frame. So when I built my first 2020 stock, and then when I moved over to Mark 1, 2020 Mark 1, I did the 300 millimeter extrusions just because I've been printing. Let's see. We've probably all seen these little the busts, right? And I absolutely love printing, and I used to paint them a lot. And to print this and actually use the whole XY volume on a rook, they weren't tall enough to realistically print all of these. So I just scaled my rook up by 100 millimeter. It just made everything easier. Yeah, you don't need the CNC gantry. I would never have done that unless someone had actually paid for it. Um, I don't find it realistic to do a CNC gantry on a rook. It just is not needed at all. Someone could probably make a. I mean, it would be cheaper to just buy a roll of nylon, carbon fiber nylon, and print it. Or PET carbon fiber is also strong. That's why what I have on my Mark One, my 2020 Mark One, and it's super strong. It's just insane. So yeah, the CNC gantry not worth it. The price of it, it's quite expensive. It's like €100 for the CNC gantry. Don't spend that money on a rook, please. Spend that on something else. So the two things that I need to do now is add the part cooling. So that would be one on each side. You don't need an annealing box. You can anneal in just your oven at home in your kitchen. If you so the PET carbon fiber from Polymaker, the Fibron stuff, that needs annealing, but their PETG RCF08, I think, that stuff is also super tough, and it doesn't need annealing, so it might be something to look into. And I need to get my tool head. Can and should are two different things. Yep. I mean, I would do the PET just because I like to overdo things. But yeah, I get that. So the next thing would be to get my gantry on, and then I probably need to slightly modify the existing tool head. Because yeah, so I have my CNC gantry stuff. I don't think I'm gonna put them in. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I need to make a simplified version of this basically, so I should probably just do that. Just the most dead simple gantry carriage that I can make. The dimensions are quite universal. Should I just do that? Just make like the most dead simple carriage that I can. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just do it in here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so a gantry MGN 9C dimension. Does anyone have actually data sheet? Yep. Here's what we're looking at. This guy. So I have, yeah, that's all the measurements that I need. So I'll put that on my second screen. Give me a second, my cat is going crazy. All right, back. For some reason, my cat absolutely loves plastic bags, and if we leave a plastic bag out for her, she'll go absolutely bananas inside of it, and I'm scared that she'll kill herself one day with it. So, not letting her do that. You know what? I'm just going to slightly cheat here. Let's just hide that idler and just do that. Just need to make like the simplest. Now that should give me all the actual things that I need. And now I can make a, I can make that one a coincident, that with that, and that with that, which won't work now. A coincident, that with that. So that's my actual size. And then I'll just grab that entire thing. So that is one carriage. And then I'll add the actual holes on it. And the holes are, isn't it 10 and 15? Yeah, it's 10 and 15. So let's make a reference there. Let's go up top so we can see better. And then let's grab a rectangle. And then it's 15 that direction, and then it's 10 in that direction, right? Yeah. Let's check the so C is 10, yes, and then B 15, yeah. So 10 by 15. Let's just add some 3mm holes. This is purely a reference part, so I just need it to be crucial things. Pegasus, will it not use eccentric nuts for the palm wheels? It will not. No. The palm wheels on the Pegasus are not adjustable. You you adjust the position of your front idler mount and not the position of the wheel. So you move the entire mount on the extrusion, not the. Yeah. So that's just how we figured out how to do that simply and compact as you can do. And unless your extrusions are way off on size, it should just all go together nice and smoothly. So let's find that here, rename that to MGN9C carriage. So now I can go into my assembly and I can put in the carriage here. So I'll insert I'll go to gantry. I can probably just search for that. Yep. Pegasus will be very easy to fully enclose, yes, because it's a square frame. Unless you build a rectangular frame, then a square frame will just have 1, 2, 3, 4 solid panels, and then front doors and the bottom panel. And bottom panel is up to you. So I will make a fully printable system that will make it so that you can print all your panels. Let's do a slider mate. And now, because I used that exact thing, I can just use that onto there. And now that slides. And let's just have fun here as well. Minus 70 and then plus 70 should get us in the ballpark, right? Oops. Yeah, so I will probably make some sort of scalable system so that you can just inset how big your printable bed space is. So if you have a 300 bed, you might want to do like a 280 panel or something, and then the part will scale accordingly. So hopefully that's my idea at least. Don't you work now? Yeah, you do. It's just super laggy at the moment. Not sure why. It might be that my internet is not the greatest at times. So okay, so now I have a carriage, so I can put in my CNC gantry onto that. So I'll put in that one and that one. I'll just bring in that thing as well. It will be a big step from a rook, yes. That would be for sure. I'm really excited to build one as well, just because it'll be my workhorse printer, and it's probably going to replace my Rook 2020 that I have here in my apartment. Hopefully. I have some plans on how to make it look good. And fully insulated as well. So I will grab the 150 rail. Where is that? Put all these parts here. Rail, that one. Yeah. So with this, I can, oh, I need one more carriage. With this, I can put together my little thing here. So I'll do a fastened mate. So I'll put that guy into there. Then I'll just rotate it. And then I'll put that guy onto there. No. Onto, oops. Onto there. Oh, that's very wrong. Of course, yeah, the one hole that I selected is the wrong one. So it'll be that guy to that one. Yes. Gonna do any frame brackets for this speed. Not sure that I need to, but if I do need to, then yeah, I'll put in something. I haven't needed it yet, but I still know that I can go. The newest version of this build will go way faster than the previous one, but it'll actually be able to print at those speeds. The old one, the existing one right now, it can go way faster than it can print. Okay, so now if I connect those two by grabbing this guy. No, that's not what I wanted. I want that. No, I want you. Yes. And I want to put that onto. Oh, come on. There. Just put it there for now. Yeah, that works. And then I'll put that. So now I can move that back. Hello. Break that. So the thing about the Rook is that it's such a small printer that the frame itself is super, super stable. There's not a lot of torque being put on that frame. And yes, everything lines up nice. So now I have a gantry that can move back and forth. And I can put on my okay, so the sliders, if I just delete that one. Yeah, that works. And then I want to put that backer. Just yeah, more mass won't hurt. I agree with that. I just do that, and then I'll just move it back. See, the thing for me is that if I want to print brackets, that's just go on printables or thingiverse or whatever, and just find a bracket. That'll be it. It's super simple. It's not super advanced. Switch to CNC gantry. That is just that this annoys me. Edit appearance and just make it black, because that's what it actually is on my build. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mitsu's build. I know there's a couple of other people building just small, fast, fun rooks, and it's just fun. The fact that we're able to do this on a printer that when we started people said would be useless. So, and I like the fact that we are doing what people would classify as just stupid stuff on our printers, but because we're doing it because it's fun, right? We like to push the limits and find out what actually happens instead of trusting someone on Reddit or Discord told us that will never work. So yeah, we're pushing the envelope, definitely. All right, so now I need to go and find, because I didn't grab my tool head. So let's go and find that tool head. Let's see. Here is my speed tool head. So this is all the parts that I need. Yeah. So what I can do with this, I can go in, I can select the parts that I need, which is basically that part, that part. And I can export that as speed tool head. Now this tool head is specifically designed to be as simple as possible. Let's just grab this. So let's import those two things. No fireworks. So there's a law in here that says that you can't do fireworks between, or you can only do fireworks between 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. And for the most part, people are actually not going crazy with fireworks. Growing up, it was absolutely bananas, but now I think people are generally more reserved. They don't want to spend money on fireworks. Fireworks have become quite expensive. So yeah, I think people are saving it. I heard like a one bang at 5 minutes past 6. Then it's been silent. So I think I'm gonna stream for like another 20, 30 minutes, and then I'll go have some dinner with my girlfriend, and we might go outside for the actual fireworks at midnight. But let's see if how much I can do in that time. So yeah, the tool head is in, so let's find it here. So let's put in that fan, that's okay. Let's get the speed tool head and in. Yeah, fireworks are expensive nowadays. Um, which I mean, as much as I like to just watch fireworks, I'm not a big fireworks person. I never spend money on it. I remember a couple of years ago, I was in a on a party actually in this apartment before I started dating my girlfriend. So this is like 4 or 5 years ago. I was here on New Year's Eve, and we were maybe like 10 people, and I had one firework thing that I set off in the streets, and that's the last time I spent money on fireworks. I just don't see the point. I know that not in this city, but in a lot of bigger communities around in the countryside, they have these big communal things, which I think makes more sense. If you want to celebrate, go together. Like all the neighbors chip in to get a giant thing. Maybe get some sponsors for from like businesses and stuff. To me, that makes way more sense. Um, okay, someone talk to me on Discord. Yes. Let's see if I can just put this together and then, because I need to redo that the speed toolhead. Um, because I'm using a different hot end on this iteration, so I need to redo that. But this should at least give me something to work with. We got a new puppy this year, which is nice. Yeah, I know that's a problem for a lot of people that like they can't really celebrate because they have to stay in with their dogs and stuff. I know of people um, that have had to basically drug their dogs, like go to the vet and get them put down temporarily because they go absolutely nutcase, which is a shame. But it's I get why, because dogs and like pets in general, they don't understand what's going on. I know that a lot of farmers have issues with their herds going crazy. But it's like it's a difficult thing, right? It's should you basically stop celebrating New Year's Eve the way you've been celebrating it for the last, I don't know, 50 years, 60 years, just because of what? I mean, it's difficult, right? Yeah, that's good, Nutty. That should be a more common thing. That if you have pets, you could go basically open the terminals for people with pets, and make sure that they have a nice big area to to spread out, bring some like bring a cage for them, so you can sit down and that would be really nice. And yeah, yeah, I agree, Nutty. I think more about the animals than the fireworks. I mean, I don't mind fireworks. It's not that I don't like fireworks or anything. It's just that they're kind of useless, right? It's like literally burning money. Um, but also a part of me says, "Ooh, look at the nice looking bangs." So it's it's kind of a dual edged sword, I guess. Did I put this thing on backwards? No, I didn't. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Yes. So this is my unreleased speed toolhead, which is just a super basic toolhead. There's basically nothing here. This is not the finished version. I can see that the finished version have two more holes right here. So that hole, and another one here, and another one there to mount whatever part cooling you want to put on it. Um, it's just a super solid way to attach your hot end to your tool head, or your tool head to your carriage. Yeah, big drone shows. I'm way more excited for that. What hot end goes in there? I can show you. Let me pull it up, and I will show you. So it will be this guy. I was gonna build something custom, and I might still do that, but this should get me closer to that 2 minute mark that I want to get to. Um, I know the number that I'm aiming for, and I might be able to do it with this. So I hope that I can do it. Looks like a Goliath. It's similarly sized to a Goliath. It's just a really big bamboo, to be honest. But this is the way it's moving these days with hot ends. Um, I was gonna do STD6, but then STD6 is the circular ceramic, and they don't hold heat very well. They melt really fast, but they don't hold heat because there's not that much metal in there. And this came out, and the STD6 V2 came out at the same time, and so I did ask Triangle Labs if they wanted to send me one of these, so they did. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. Um, and if this isn't enough, then maybe I'll see if I can get the STD6 V2, which should be even higher flow. Because it's basically this, but with two heaters instead of one. So my main issue here is it's a 16 diameter and 8 screws, and I've done, let's see, let's put this in here. Bending that hot end would suck. Yes, I agree, that would really suck. So here's the thing though, speed to lead, because I need to find out how much I need to modify this thing first of all. Don't want to bother. The thing I need to find out is how big is, oh, not 1, it's supposed to be 16. Yeah, so I've already put the holes in the right place. So that's good. Which means I can just add in more holes. So if I now do a circular pattern and then put that, hold on, no. If I can do a circular pattern with that guy, but I want to put it here. Why are you doing this? Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, so let's just do this the right way. Let's move this guy. Transport by mate connectors. So let's move that mate connector to that mate connector. There we go. That's better. Let's just, since we are here, let's move this guy from there to there. Then flip. Oh, I grabbed the wrong hole. Well, that happens, I guess. There we go. So now, if I go back here, move that down, do that. Yes. So now I can do a circular pattern on that guy, but I'll set that to 8. And now I just need to extrude all of these guys. Hold on, let me do it the simple way. I mean, realistically, I should just do that. You shouldn't be able to move. Oh yeah, you still do. I need one more. I'm lazy, I'm just not gonna do it. And then remove. Ta-da, and now that will fit. Next would be that size, which is 21.8. And how big is that guy? It's 11.5, so that's 23. Yeah. So that now fits the new one. Let's add in the new ones here. So now I just select all of these guys right there and hit equals. That's okay. Now extrude the entire thing of that. and move that up to face and select that, and they're all the same. Yep, that looks crazy, but it's what I need. So, and the reason that I have an actual PC4 connector here is because they're higher quality usually and they grab better. So, and I have a metric ton of them in the workshop. So yeah, that's the speed tool head. I still need to add in I want one more mount right there. So I'll probably just do that the easy way. Let's see. Let's add one more mount. There, and it's supposed to be 4.6. Let's find a way to define that guy. So let's get it from there to there to be 7. There to there to be 5. So my hope is that if I now do extrude right there, and I do that 5 millimeter, which is the depth of a heat set, yeah, that's not gonna work. So I need it to be either further in or up. I mean, I could put it all the way up here. I can't put it down there. Let's see if we can move it somewhere else. Oh, that's too much. That won't work, no. But that might. What do you hope to do? Achieve from this 3D printed related. Milo, that would be cool. I'm not gonna lie on that. That would be really cool. Realistically, I would just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm liking where I'm at the moment, with making content and designing. I should really get more back to designing, because yeah, I've been lacking on that since doing video takes up a lot of time. So if I could get some more designing work done, I would be happy. I do have commitments now that I need to do specific things. But yeah, yeah, that doesn't work that well. Should I just move that? Because it needs to be all the way there. I could just, if I just skip using that one and that one, that would fix all my problems. You think that would work? Just not use those two? There we go. Yeah, that works. 6 screws should be enough. So what I would do in 2025, yeah. I would keep doing what I'm doing. If I can grow my channel to double in size, or get to 2,000, that would be great. was looking at Canrock CNC gantry parts and wondering if those could be made pieces of black. I mean, they can. I think redesigning the gantry for the Rook to do just flat stock and a printed piece. Yeah, absolutely a thing you could do. Okay, so let's just mirror feature mirror that and that, and mirror plane would be that. Let's add more features here. Okay, let's not do the sketch. Yeah, that works. Nope. Nope. The whole thing about copying features is not ideal. But luckily, it's easy to just do that and then do that, that, and done, and extrude that 5mm in that direction and add it, and then do remove 5. All right. Yep. There we go. Let's make it pointy. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, so that's my new tool head. I already have this on my printer at the moment, and what I did is I printed it in 100% infill out of ABS. And this is working great. So I'll be able to print this new one for the new tool head. And I'm not using any probes or anything. I'm just using an end stop at the bottom on this printer. So that should be good. So now I can look at all right. That is looking like a printer right now. So I can move my gantry back and forth. And I should be able to have full use of the bed once I do my new Z-axis. So I want to make it so that my Z-idler is right here. But I need some way to lift it up and down, which I might have a way to do it super solidly. So, okay. I think that's it for today. That's 4 hours of just seeing CAD streaming. So, oh yeah. I hope everyone that is still here had at least a little bit of fun talking. and I will see you in the New Year's. So happy New Year to those who celebrate that, and to everyone else, I'll see you later. So bye.